What's up guys, XHOUNDISHx here, and today I wanted to put a couple of Crota's end tips into one video and talk about the Deathsinger challenge and the Silence Falls achievement for the record book, as well as some tips for how to two-sword Crota and get that fight finished up a little bit quicker. Firstly, let's talk about Silence Falls, the new record book achievement where you have to kill the Deathsinger and complete the challenge mode in under 2 minutes. To do this, you're gonna need to be pretty fast, but that's the obvious bit. The team needs to consist of dark drinkers or exotic swords in general, plenty of tethers and stormcallers to make this easier. Throughout this fight, you're gonna have to pinpoint enemy spawns and come up with a way to deal with them essentially immediately. So our team heads out and we kill the 2 knights on the stairs really quickly, and then head up top in groups of 3s, tether and stormcall on each side to deal with the 2 knights and the initial few acolytes which spawn from the doors. At this point, you want to just focus on getting these down really quickly, because this will allow the wizards to head out from the crystal room, which you can then kill pretty fast and take down the Shrieker. If you deal with these adds quickly enough, you should be able to get your wizard and Shrieker down within around 40 seconds of starting the encounter. Once your Shrieker is down, head outside to avoid the trackers, but immediately use that time to kill the adds in the pit below, as well as the boomers in the towers if you haven't killed them already. Once the adds are down and the Shrieker Seekers are out of the way, you want to send 2 or 3 players into the crystal room to kill the knights which spawn next to Ir Yut. If you're inside doing this, be careful not to damage Ir Yut too much, but get these knights down and you'll also have a few thrall in there, so make sure to clear all of the top area quickly. But while all of this is happening, have 2 players head to a tower each and wait for Ir Yut to shriek. As soon as the crystal room and pit is clear, she will make that shriek, and once this happens, knights will spawn in the towers, and the players who are up there can kill them immediately with supers, shotguns, exotic swords. And equally, while this is going on, have your teammates who are leaving the crystal room assault the ogres which spawn on the bottom left and center areas of the pit. These will go down really quickly with tethers and exotic swords, so at this point all of the crystal area should be clear. The boomers that spawn up top when she shrieks will be down, the majority of the acolytes in the pit will be down, and the ogres will have gone down. As soon as everything is clear, the sword bearer will spawn in the middle of the pit. You can take him out with exotic swords and supers, just be sure to give him enough space to get out of the doorway, as he will sometimes get stuck. Once he's down though, have a titan or any of your fastest players in the team grab the sword and head up to Ir Yut. As you can see, she's only just begun the Liturgy of Ruin in this gameplay, so when I get up top I can take her down with the sword and we get the Silence Falls achievement. And we did this in 1 minute and 52 seconds, so just under that 2-minute mark, but we did lose a player here, so you can certainly get this done with a half decent team. I hope that helps you guys out a little bit with the Silence Falls achievement, but up next I wanted to talk about Crota and being able to two-sword him in the 390 raid. It's entirely achievable and you don't need to be an absolute insane sword bearer to get this done. You just need a couple of sword runners with a bit of practice and confidence, and you can easily cut Crota Challenge down to just 2 sword rotations. The first thing you will need is weapons of light on the rock next to Crota. You can of course run this on either side, but you'll also want to generate some orbs below so that you can get a sword super. We tether the sword bearer, which will really help if you pick up the orbs while holding the sword, but it will also be worth having high intellect for this on your character as well. So as a sword runner, you want to grab the sword and jump up to Crota from inside the weapons bubble. When you're killing sword bearer though, be sure to take his aggro early and make sure that he goes down close to the side that you're jumping up to Crota from, or you will not get enough time with the sword. For me, once I'm near or in the bubble, I call for the team to shoot Crota and then immediately jump pretty much at the same time, using sword swings to get to Crota quickly. Being able to hit Crota as soon as he starts to kneel is going to be pretty important if you want to get more than half of his health down. Using weapons of light, I do the sword combo, which is RB, RB, RT on Xbox or R1, R1, R2 on PlayStation, and this will give you 2 quick slashes and then a heavier slash, but following this I do 2 full heavy slams before jumping back out. This is going to give you some pretty good damage. For me personally, when I jump out, I go straight for the ground a lot of the time, as we'll often generate orbs down there. But in terms of getting the super for the sword, the weapons bubble will get you a good way. For the second kneel, I'll jump back into the bubble and call for Crota again, and then jump up same as before, and I'll go for the combo again, but instead of following with the normal heavy slam, I'll use the super and then 1 more heavy slam if I have time, and then get out of the way. Be sure to use that supercharge as early as possible, because you don't want to to be trying to use it and then his shields come back up, or you will lose a lot of damage. Now, if you do sword like this, even if you miss a swipe here or there, this should allow you to get him under half health to around where the A or the T is on his health bar, and this means that if you have a second sword runner who is confident enough that they can finish him, then you'll be able to do this in just 2 phases. I know people are now one-swording Crota and all of this kind of stuff, but the point of this video is to make this a little bit easier for the average, you know, everyday raid team that are running Crota. It's not that difficult to do now, and it just requires a little bit of coordination. So anyway, those are just a couple of additional tips that I have for the challenge modes in Crota's End. I hope this will be useful to some of you guys. If it is, a like and comment below is appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny content, but for now, have an awesome day.